folks, it is the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz getting you ready for the 2022 season. And right now we're talking to the crew from Bassett. The Bengals are in the house, and joining me in his 8th year as head coach of the Bassett Bengals, Brandon Johnson. Coach Johnson, how you doing, sir?
Doing great.
Looking good,
hey,
sir.
Glad to be here.
Well, last year, in the playoffs, didn't really end the way you lost in that first round. Just talk about your thoughts and expectations of the season when you finished 5-6, but obviously you want to rock and roll there.
Last year was a trying season on a lot of different fronts. Injuries, had a lot of injuries, a lot of key guys go down, and then trying to break in new pieces to the puzzle. And I felt like I could have done some things better. But, I think last year has made us a better team for this offseason, going through what we went through, whether it was in the locker room or outside, some different things happening. But we're definitely, this is a great group coming back. It's a really good group, and in our region, you got to be ready to play football. And you can make it to the playoffs, that's one thing, but you got to be ready to play tough, hard-nosed football in the playoffs. And we ran in the LB. I mean, they're always going to be a solid squad. So definitely happy with what we have now. Got a great group of guys working hard. It's been the best offseason I think we've had in my 8 years. So really looking forward to it.
You mentioned something interesting. You look at Class 3. I mean, in our area, we have Region 3C, which obviously the defending champs are in that region and the state champs. But then, you look at Class 3 because we have a lot of Class 3 teams in our area.
Definitely.
I mean, it's like a battle royal when you look at. I mean, all the classifications are tough. Don't get me wrong, but we have a lot of Class 3 teams, and it's like a battle royal. You mentioned it. I mean, you ran in the LB. Yeah,
and in the regular season, that's why I like to schedule the way we schedule. We got to play a really good region champion in William Byrd. We got to play Magna Vista, who lost to Byrd in a close regional final game. So we got to see what the top of our region looks like, and then playing LB, who's always there as well. So it's definitely a fun thing for us. But on those Friday nights, you got to be ready. You got to be prepared. You got to be strong. You got to be mentally tough and physically tough to beat the teams in our region. So I'm really looking forward to what we can do this year.
So, Coach, you could talk about how many starters you got back on offense and defense, and who are some of the guys we should have our eyes on?
Man, I don't have a lot returning. My center's coming back on the offensive line. We'll be breaking in some young guys at the receiver positions. I'm really excited for our returning junior, Jashawn Turner, on offense. He made some noise last year in the passing game. We got 2 quarterbacks right now who split time last year, and they're still battling out, in the rising sophomore David Cook and a rising junior Keelan Price Kent. And so we're really excited about those guys on the offensive side. My center, Izaak, Flanagan's a junior now, and having that year under his belt as a young center, I really think he's ready to lead a brand new offensive line for us. On the defensive side, I bring back a couple of DBs, Jakyari, Menefee, who's a rising junior, and Jashawn Turner, who I mentioned on offense. Everybody else, man, our front 7 graduated. So we're breaking in pretty much a whole new front 7. And we're excited about it. I got some young guys on the back end, and Jonah Cruz Rivers, he's a sophomore, and then another sophomore, Izaak Mans. He's going to play on the back end at safety as well. So we're going to be young this year. We got a lot of guys, but they're going to be staples for us, and they've really been working hard.
I talked to a lot of coaches, and we have a good variety of coaches. Some coaches are just in their first or second year as a head coach.
Yeah.
Some are kind of where you are right now in the 8th year. And then we have coaches like, we had Winford Bill just, retired. But then we got coaches that are nearing 20 years of coaching as a head and the head coach. I mean, there's assistants after that. But how do you feel you've grown as a coach? And, I mean, when you look at where you are now as a coach, I mean, how you felt you've changed as a coach?
Well, I will say this. Last year, going through what we would call a tough season, 5-6 after coming off of a 7-win and an 8-win season. We won 5 games last year, but we were in 6 of our losses. It was 1-possession games in the fourth quarter, and 4 of those. We had 2 halftime double-digit leads in those. We just didn't really win those games when we needed to, and I put a lot of that on me. So I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about my character and some things I needed to change as well. So last year, year 7, was probably the most self-reflective year for me, and definitely glad I got to go through that because, after a storm, here comes the sunshine. So I had to go through those storms as a 7th-year coach. And I reached out to coaches like Winford Bill, like Doug Smith, and talking to Coach Lutz at William Byrd, coaches who I know are seasoned and giving me great advice. So definitely looking forward to year 8.
I know that, the grade 8, as they say.
Yeah.
You mentioned something there, a few of those games could have went the other way. Is it really the big key this year, finishing these games? Because if you have leads or you're right in it, 1-possession games, a play here or there, it can make the difference.
It's big. It's big. You know, that's kind of our conversations throughout our whole offseason was how we're going to earn it all throughout the 4 quarters. We got to earn every inch we get, every yard we get. We got to earn it. So that's the way we're attacking the weight room this offseason. We're earning everything. And we have this acronym, EAT, earn all things, through effort, attitude, and toughness. And then, you know, just being together and holding each other accountable. So that's kind of what this is about. We want, when it gets tough in the 4th quarter, we want to look to the right and left of us and know I trust you. And I know what you've done in the offseason matches what I've done, and we're going to be here for each other. Don't know if we quite had that all last year, and that starts with me. So we've definitely been working on that.
And finally, at the end of the day, Coach, what is it going to take for you guys to have the season, the success that you want to have down in the land of the Bengals?
Yes. Confidence, and our guys knowing they're young, but still being confident in their ability, confident in the work they put in, and just all of us as coaches confident in our players and their abilities, and then the players being confident in our coaches and our abilities.
You know, another thing, too, we're on the doorstep of the season.
Yeah.
And how fun is it to know that we are right there on the doorstep? And it just feels like, I feel like you guys were just here last year when we did this, and now the season's there.
We just had a talk with the 2 players I brought today, Izaak and Jakyari, on the way up here. You know, there's nothing like Friday Night Lights. There's no other sport. I played 3 or 4 sports in high school growing up, played everything. There's nothing like Friday Night Lights. And the closer it gets, the more anxious we get, and super excited about it. But we've really been thinking and talking about live for right now. Be present in this moment and let tomorrow take care of tomorrow. So we're just being present right now, and we're excited to be here at WFXR in Roanoke right now. And we'll let the season take care of itself when it gets here. Definitely excited about it.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you as always.
Hey, thank you.
Brandon Johnson,
hey,
head football coach of the Bassett Bengals. Bengals are getting ready for the season. We here at WFXR, the sports team, we're getting ready for the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz 2024 season coming down the pike.
Jakyari Menefee, Jakyari Menefee, class of 2026.
So I do want to know, walk me through last season. What was y'all record? You know, what did y'all see last season that y'all want to do differently for this season?
So last year we went 5-6, lost in the first round of the playoffs. We had a lot of games that we were up at halftime, and then we let the other team come back. This year I feel like we need to work on finishing the game strong and like not let our foot off the pedal.
Exactly, yeah. Those tough games are kind of hard to get over, especially if it's up at halftime, and then y'all kind of. Do you feel like y'all kind of got like a slump where y'all like, all right, we got this in the bag? Or?
I feel like we stopped going as hard after halftime. Like we thought we were up by a couple touchdowns, so we were like we could let off a little bit. But I feel like this year, the type of group we have, we're not going to give up until the game's completely over.
With this year's group, is it more younger crowd, or is it y'all have a few seniors coming back?
I mean, we have seniors that didn't really play last year coming back, but our younger crowd, we're really gritty. Like, we stay in the weight room. We always go to the field, get extra work, stuff like that.
And what's the experience for y'all? I mean, the younger team or the younger members did have that experience. Do you feel like y'all can use that to y'all advantage this year?
Yes, man. I feel like we had a lot of younger people that had to get thrown in the games. So, and even our JV players, like towards the end of the season, like we had a lot of injuries last year. So I feel like our young people did have reps in game. So I feel like that'll help out a lot this year, give them more confidence, stuff like that.
Speaking of injuries, I mean, how do y'all plan on staying healthy for the upcoming
season? I don't know if there's anything we really can do, but I mean, try to prevent injuries by, eating right, staying like. We have an ice bath. I think we could hit the ice bath before every game, stuff like that. Just make sure we're tackling correctly. So, yes, ma'am.
Obviously, 5-6. I mean, that's not too bad, but it could be better. What's the expectations looking like from coach and from y'all's players?
I think our expectations is just improve. Like every year, improve, do better than what we did last year. And this year, I really believe that we'll win at least 7 games.
That's a good goal.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's obviously off season. What have you been doing besides football?
I mean, my summer's football. I go to my trainer. I would get a group of guys. We go to the field. We do work there, stuff like that. So, camps. So mean, other than that, I might go to the pool here and there, but it's basically just football.
Yeah, all y'all players say the same thing. Y'all just bleed football. I'm like, y'all young, y'all should travel, do something. You play games, Xbox, PlayStation?
I'm about to play a new college football game. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
yeah, I got mine. Well, I didn't got it yet, but
You want it?
I'm on it. I'm going to get on it. Favorite food?
Probably Chinese food.
Chinese food.
Yes, ma'am. Or Mexican.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You got any hidden talents we don't know about? Something unique about yourself? You can think about it. A lot of people have been saying they're double jointed. If you are, please don't.
I'm not double jointed.
We had so many people. I was like, it's crazy.
I don't know. I don't think I really have any crazy hidden talents.
Left-handed.
I'm ambidextrous. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see that's something.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I wouldn't think of that. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Hey, a lot of people can't do. That's what I mean. Like it could be like hidden talent. It could be something. I'm doing like a little piece on getting to know behind like off the fields of football. Like what else y'all do? This upcoming season, what would you say like last season, were y'all more like run game, passing? What did y'all?
I feel like we had a little bit of both, but I think we're going to surprise teams this year by the way that we've changed up our plays so much. So I feel like that'll really like shock people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
hopefully they can bring out some more wins then.
Yes, ma'am.
Overall, set a goal for yourself. It can be with football. It could be, just a personal goal.
Just improve better than I did last year. Do things better. Even get all region, all Piedmont, stuff like that. Yes, ma'am.
Looking ahead to you're a junior this year.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. You still got another year. You're good. All right. I think that's it.
Izaak Flanagan, Izaak Flanagan, class of 2026.
Tell me a little about last season and what y'all kind of learned from last season.
I think last season, we went 5-6. I think we were all right, but I think we could be better finishing through the whole game instead of just being a second half team or a first half team. Sorry, we would be up on teams a lot last year in the first half and then kind of let off loose and kind of end up losing the second half. But I think that's a thing we need to work on, is just finishing the whole game.
Coming from those close wins and especially those second half losses,
Mm-hmm.
what did y'all feel like y'all kind of learned that y'all going to want to play, that's going to play a part into this season?
I feel like kind of just keeping the same mentality through the entire game and the same physicality through the whole game.
Offense, defense, how's it looking?
I think we lost a lot of seniors. We've got kind of a young team this year, but I think this year is going to be very different than last year, just because I feel like this year we're very coachable this year, and yeah, I feel like we'll be really good.
There's a lot of expectations coming out from you guys, since it is a young team.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people might feel like they're not gonna come in doing like the expectations from other teams are like, we got this in the bag. Like, what's the difference that you guys are bringing to the table to let them know that y'all are still a team?
Yeah, I feel like this team will really shock the public, kind of. I feel like we'll at least win 7 to 8 games this year. Just off of, this is just going off of summer workouts. We haven't even got pads on yet, and we're already going through plays and stuff like that. So I think we're already ahead of what we were even doing last year in the summer. So I think we'll shock a lot of people.
Overall, what's something you're looking forward to for the season?
Winning and kind of getting closer with those younger teammates and just becoming a family in a whole.
Obviously, I know a lot of football players are like, football is life, ball is life.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of motivates you, on and off the field, and how did you get into playing football?
Well, I mean, I started playing football in the 6th grade, and I kind of fell in love with it. So that's always motivated me, and I always wanted to make my parents proud too. So
it's nice seeing them in the stands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's been off season. I know you've probably been in camps. I know you've been in the summer camps. But what do you like doing outside of football?
Really just resting and hanging out at the house sometimes. I'll go to the pool every now and then. I went to West Virginia this weekend, so yeah.
See, that's nice.
Yeah.
All right, favorite food?
Favorite food? I have to say like cookout type foods, like hamburgers, hot dogs, stuff like that.
Okay. You got a hidden talent, something special we don't know about that you can do?
I mean, I guess I'm double jointed in like my thumbs. I don't know what else to say.
I feel like every player is double jointed.
Yeah.
At least you didn't do it because
Yeah,
we got grossed out last time.
I get grossed out myself. It's nasty.
All right. What position you play on the field? Right?
I play center and nose guard.
Okay, so if given the opportunity, what other position would you want to play in football?
Quarterback. I'll play quarterback. I'll play quarterback.
That's so crazy. All right. Overall, like, what's a goal you want to set for yourself?
Just being better this year and kind of being a big leader this year and being one of those guys that my players or like my teammates can come to me like if they need any help or anything.
All right. I think that's it. Oh yeah, you already Franklin County. Y'all have them up first. Talk about that.
Well, I think obviously we're playing away at their house, so they have the advantage there. But I think if we come out and play, like I said, with the same mentality and the physicality through the whole game, I feel like it'll be a good game.
So what would you you're at a cookout? What's the first plate you're getting? Like, what are we getting?
I'm getting like a cheeseburger, like some mac and cheese. Probably put some French fries on there. That's probably it.
All right, cool.